What's up, you guys? Welcome to the Listen Bitch podcast with your host, Brandon Lynette. You made it through hump day, so happy Thursday. Today's topic is listener request. I got an email today about anger and the effect it has on your relationships. Okay. Um, I'm going to give you some tips on how to manage this. Okay. What is anger? It's that rage feeling you get, or that feeling you get in the pit of your stomach when something or someone annoys you, pushes you to the edge, hits all your buttons. Most people feel it occasionally. I think it's supernatural, but a lot of people, anger becomes a problem and it corrodes everything good in your life, relationships, your self love, everything. If uncontrolled anger is a part of your life, this is the podcast for you. If you're dealing with someone who is angry, again, we have some ways for you to actively have an open conversation, um, because that's part of mature relationships. Okay, having the conversation. And this is something I have been through. My husband was super angry. And it was, issues that he needed to deal with within himself, but the price of anger was something that we were paying for around him. So, something that really triggered his rage was alcohol. So, what's the first solution? We cut the alcohol, and it definitely helped a lot of, the scary moments. But there was still, there's still an underlying anger there. Um, and I'm saying, like, a lot of people struggle with this. Okay. So what's the first thing that you need to do or have the conversation about with your significant other? You've got to understand the root cause. Okay. It's important to understand why you are angry. What are the triggers? Um, a lot of it is lack of control. Okay. And a lot of, things include conflict with other people, stress at work, stress at home, significant life changes like, the job loss or, a change of job. I think it's important that, you keep a journal and you write down every time that you're feeling that rage. Include specifics, dates, times, what happened, how you felt physically, emotionally. This is going to help you pinpoint an actual trigger. And then after that, after a week or two of writing these things down, being specific, being mindful, bringing it into your awareness, you can start to see the patterns in your anger. Are there certain people or situations that are triggering you? And this, at the end of the day, you cannot control people. So if this becomes a part of your source, you have to get control of how you're reacting to their behavior. Okay. Once you've identified your triggers, you develop the plan to deal with them in a healthy, mature way. If certain people make you feel angry, make a conscious effort to identify what it is that they're doing and why you're, choosing that response to feel bad. Absolutely. If you are around people that are unbearable, and I can imagine there's a lot of people that if I hung out with them on a daily basis, I would rage. I would rage. I'm not going to hang out with people who live a life of delusions or are not in the current realm of reality. Um, I'd be super angry. People that are constantly a victim. So anger is a natural thing, but I know I can't be around those people. Okay. So break ties with people if they are really just absolutely causing this source of anger in you. Um, Once you know what is making you angry, you need to find a constructive way to express it. Okay. Even my kids, I watch my kids when they're pissed. I'm like, it's absolutely okay to be pissed off. This is what you need to do. Okay. We don't go punch our brother in the face. We deal with it constructively because I promise if you're holding on to your anger, um, you're hurting your body. You're trapping an emotion, so you're fucking up your blood pressure. You're risking your heart exploding. You literally, it has to be something that you express. And you don't have to be a nagging bitch about it. Absolutely 100%. When it's something that is reasonable to be upset about, bring it out. You cannot bury the shit, okay? Lashing out, being aggressive, violent, this is where you're fucking up your relationships. Absolutely. And you're causing lasting damage to people. You're going to get over it. And other people are, it's like One of those situations I've heard this before, you can throw a plate on the floor and you can break it. You pick it up, you can glue it back together, but it's never going to be the same. And when you're lashing out at people and you're angry and you're violent and you're aggressive, you can say sorry, but it's never going to be the same. Absolutely not. What are healthy ways to express your anger? I went through anger management as a kid because I was a rage monster. One of the things that really helped me, I wore a rubber band on my wrist and I would just pop myself really hard when I started to get really mad. Counting to 10 before I would say something. Okay. Taking those deep breaths and not just breathing through your mouth, like breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. Deep, deep breaths, bringing that into your awareness, getting to the present moment. Think. Okay. Slow your thoughts down before you're expressing what it is you're feeling and learning to understand your feelings, accepting them, and finding a healthy way of expressing them to, your husband, your friends, your family. If you find that your anger affects your personal life or professional life, don't be afraid to get help. Talk to a therapist or a counselor who can help you understand and deal with what the problem is. Maybe you need to talk to someone professionally. Okay. You've got to set your pride to the side and talk to someone to help you understand and deal with this shit productively. Okay. I know that the things that you're eating and feeding your soul are going to affect this. Exercise, physical activity is a great way to cope with, stress and frustration. It's part of that control factor. You can't control the things around you, but you can control yourself. So in those moments, your reaction maybe just go for that brisk walk, get to the gym when you're feeling angry. Exercise is a great way to manage and process anger. It helps improve your mood. It increases endorphins. Okay. You're genuinely just reducing stress and you've got to take that time out for you. Take time out to decompress and calm down when you're angry. And that means taking a few minutes to step away from a situation. Okay. Spend some time doing something you love, read the book, listen to the music, go out in nature. Um, I think it's really important that, your key focus, especially if you're going to journal and be active, be proactive about things, is that you need to learn to talk about shit. Okay. Improve your communication skills. When you can communicate effectively, you're not going to get as pissed off, okay, in situations where a lot of times it's miscommunication. And that means you need to learn to listen without interrupting when someone else is talking, make eye contact, give them time and space to speak without judgment. And instead of just hyper focusing on what the other person is doing wrong, try to understand where they're coming from and why they're angry rather than attacking their opinions. So, you know, being defensive, I know that is an anger trigger. Okay. You're going to be defensive to protect yourself. Even if your intention wasn't one way, you could affect someone else in a different way. And you need to be able to give them the space for their feelings, try to see their perspective. I know it's hard, but empathy is one of the most important skills, okay, that you need to help resolve conflicts and to improve that communication. That means like learning to listen without the judgment, trying to understand where the other person is coming from. Everyone is different and everyone communicates in their own way. So the most effective way for you to communicate might not be the best method for someone else, but you've got to find a style that works for you and then respect the style that works best for your partner. One of the most important things that I want you to take away from this episode is that you cannot control other people. Okay? You can control you. That means you handle your actions, you handle your emotions, and you can't force someone else to change their behavior to make you happy. Stop having these crazy expectations with other people. Step back from your anger. Instead of focusing on all the reasons that you're fucking angry, take a step back and just observe the feeling itself. See the anger. Okay. When you can see it, you allow yourself to identify where you're feeling this anger in your body. Once you see it, then you neutralize it. Okay. We're not dismissing it. We need to feel the anger, but we need to be at a point with ourselves where we have this awareness of the current moment where we can observe it and we can let it go. Get back into that breathing cycle. Feel the anger, accept the anger, breathe in, breathe out. If you feel it in your chest, take deeper, intense breaths. If you're feeling it in your shoulders and you're tense, roll your shoulders. Okay. If you're feeling it in your neck, relax your muscles, roll your neck around. If you're the kind of person that's like clenching your fists, mindfully release them. Clench your glutes, your calf muscles, other parts, and release that tension. You've got to find a place in your body where you can visualize your anger going away. Imagine it floating away and into the sky. Imagine, it's a huge balloon and you just burst it and it pops and it's all gone. It disappears in the atmosphere. You observe it, you feel it, you heal it, you release it, let it go. It's a normal emotion and there's no such thing as eliminating it. It is just bringing into that awareness that it's impossible to control what other people do. There's a lot of things you could do to help yourself manage the anger and to improve your relationships. That includes working out, okay? Taking time for yourself, improving communication skills. Get help if you need it. This is absolutely something that you can manage. You just have to get yourself in that present moment of awareness. And it's a choice. You have to want to grow through this. Okay. Some people just want to be fucking angry. Some people just want to be, miserable because that's what they choose. And that's okay. Let them. And if you're someone who needs to cut ties, either you're around someone who's constantly angry or the people you're around are making you constantly angry, choose a new tribe. Okay. Get away from the people that drive you fucking crazy. Okay. I love you guys. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow.